Okay, so we've talked a lot about different video games and kind of, making characters ugly and making characters look good and whatever. A lot of it to do with Stellar Blade and things like that. But more recently, there's been a little bit of drama involving Cyberpunk and Apex Legends, which I kind of wanted to talk about because this has become pretty funny and pretty ridiculous. Now, if you don't know, Apex Legends recently announced that they were doing a collaboration with Cyberpunk, like the entire game, not just Edgerunners, although they do have Edgerunners characters. It seems like an entirely Cyberpunk kind of collaboration, right? And yeah, they essentially announced the fact that there would be some skins coming along with it, as any usual collaboration. And well, these skins came out, the models came out, and people are not happy at all. And these are the skins. Essentially, these are the two that people are more mad about, being the two for Rebecca and Lucy. Obviously, they are characters, from within the game. They're not going to be completely, unique. They're not going to be adding Rebecca and Lucy into the game like full model as close as possible. These are skins for the current characters, being Axel and Rampart. And a lot of people aren't so happy with that, because again, I don't think they look exactly that great. I mean, the Rampart one doesn't look so bad, but again, it doesn't look great. But this Lucy one, I mean, this one's a little bit rough, right? I mean, I don't know what they did to her, but I'm gonna be real, that looks like a dude. Like, it's pretty bad. And a lot of people have been saying Apex Legends Cyberpunk collaboration is being compared to collaborations from other games, especially those made by Eastern Studios. Many players say the skins don't look faithful to the original character designs and feel like a downgrade compared to other Cyberpunk crossovers. Some fans are also disappointed that iconic characters like Adam Smasher and Johnny Silverhands weren't included in the collaboration, because yeah, this was an entire Cyberpunk thing. So it's not just Cyberpunk Edgerunners, it is Cyberpunk as a whole. They didn't include some of the big characters from the actual game. And these are the skins. Yeah, there's David, Lucy and Rebecca, Royce, Lizzie Wizzy, and Panam. So again, obviously these are the skins that they've got for this collaboration. And some people unhappy that it's missing some of the other characters, right? But again, yeah, I do think it's one of these cases where it's kind of difficult because the characters don't look great in the first place, and I think it might come down to how Apex have handled their character design from the get-go without the actual collaboration. So whenever they do actually introduce cool skins like this, which would have been cool, they just end up looking rubbish because the characters look, odd. Right. And of course, I just don't know how they could have made it better. Right. I think there could have been one of these things where I do want it to look better, but I don't know how they could have done it, because obviously they're not going to change the character design completely for the skin. I think maybe the only thing that I could think of was maybe having like a special collaboration where they actually introduce new characters as these characters, right? Maybe they don't want to like kind of congest the Apex Legends roster or something like that, but I feel like that would be better to allow them to have a more accurate look at how the characters could actually, look good, essentially. Because again, adding them as skins like this, I just don't think looks great at all. It looks horrible. And as I said, Lucy looks like a dude. I'm gonna be honest. It looks like a dude with a wig on, maybe even a bald dude with a wig on. Like, it's crazy. And as I said, yeah, same with Rebecca. Rebecca, I mean, as I said, it doesn't look as bad, but also at the same time, it's one of these things where I think that the characters just kind of, I don't know, the facial shapes and everything like that ruins the actual character itself. And I don't know, it could have been done better, I think. People saying, I'm always critical of how things should be looking, but I have to defend Apex here, seeing as their style isn't anime, so it's never going to be one-to-one. Woo Collab is obviously going to be superior visually because it's already an anime game. Stupid drama for no reason. Now, I understand that kind of, but I also think at the same time, Apex Legends have proven to do good skins for anime before. They did some Naruto ones and some other ones which weren't actually official. They did Naruto and One Piece, and where they added like these kind of cool like details to the characters without changing them too much, right? So they were still the characters, but they weren't trying to make them like Laufey or Naruto, right? They kind of like gave them aspects of the character while keeping it look good and trying not to make them look like the character while also failing at it, right? For example, like the Naruto one they did with Watson. They made her hair like a lot more like yellower, and kind of gave her like the same jacket as Naruto and whatever, all of this kind of stuff. So that was cool, right? That was cool, and I think they actually did a good job with that. But this, I think they've tried to make it look too much like the character, but they've like also just like slapped it onto one of the original character models, which just makes it look weird and very uncanny. So Western developers are just so lazy with collabs, just slap some costumes on existing characters without a face model, fine tune. Lucy looks like a man and Rebecca looks ugly. So yeah, so some people are saying, well, here's the deal. These are not my tunes. Fake Lucy here looks like a male. Fake Rebecca here looks like some random person with some geisha makeup. So yeah, saying anime characters done by the West versus the East. And yeah, again, I think it's one of these things where, you know, they've kind of doomed themselves from the start from having these character models like this. You know, they already didn't look that great. So yeah, adding skins onto it are going to look even worse, especially if you're trying to do anime characters that actually already look good, right? We know that Lucy and Rebecca are good looking characters. I think these are from the Woowa game, actually. Yeah, these are from Woowa, and not actually from the anime, but you could, you know, Woowa did a good job, right? Woowa did a good job. People are comparing the Woowa collab. And obviously it's harder because Woowa is an anime style game, so it's much easier to make them look much more realistic and like their characters from the series. Whereas with Apex Legends, it's a Western game that doesn't use anime kind of style or anything like that. And I think they've kind of gone with the wrong approach, because with Woowa, they can do this. They can get away with this because they are an anime game. But Apex Legends, I just don't think you can. You can't get away with that because, again, it looks horrible. And yeah, I mean, I'm not going to pretend it doesn't look horrible, right? Saying, screw you, Respawn, for ditching Titanfall for Apex. Absolute fumble of a generation. So yeah, obviously a lot of people not happy. Saying it's simply Apex characters cosplaying Cyberpunk characters. Dead by Daylight does the same dog. And yeah, it's just kind of lazy, right? I think, as I said, if they could introduce characters, even if it was just Lucy and Rebecca, or you know, David even, I think that would have been cool to have them as like a new character, different abilities, and have them like actually look good. And you know, obviously it won't look exactly like the anime or anything like that, but they could at least like tune their face so it looks good and doesn't look like they're a dude or anything like that, right? But they couldn't even do that, right? And they literally just slapped the kind of color scheme on and the outfit on and just kind of called it a day there, which obviously just comes across as quite lazy. And I can understand why people, you know, would say this is quite lazy, because it doesn't look great, right? People saying this trash game gets Lucy but Fortnite doesn't. Say, okay, not gonna lie, this is fire. So some people were happy, but some people again are not so happy, because again, a Cyberpunk collab is good, right? That's good from Apex, but it's just how they've executed it, I think, is the problem that people are having. And yeah, I can see this problem. I'm saying, wow, why am I not surprised they made Rebecca and Lucy ugly? I'm saying, what are those? So yeah, a lot of people were very, very confused. Obviously, some people made art about it as well, and again, it just looks very, very odd. So yeah, I mean, that is essentially all there is for this situation. I mean, let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this, because again, I'm very interested in what you guys have to say, you know, on this situation. Also, if you guys did enjoy this video, use the hype button, which is below. It helps out, apparently. That's what I found out. So yeah, do that, because it helps out with the video a lot. It's literally just below. You just click hype and then it just boosts the video. So yeah, that's cool. But yeah, I mean, it's a pretty crazy situation. As I said, let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to game subs, use my code Kaza, get 10% off. Again, they've got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.